What's going on, Blues? Welcome back to Life as an Evertonian. This is our pre-match review against Tottenham Hotspur this weekend on Sunday at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Back at home, Blues. Obviously, we got beat at the weekend against Manchester City, but we're back at the Hill Dickinson. We are still unbeaten there. And, Tottenham, a bit of a stop-start season for Tottenham. Um, I think they've won four. It's good. They've drawn two, lost two. Um, they beat Burnley, didn't they, on the opening game, 3-0. They then beat City away, so very good start to the season. Then they got beat off Bournemouth 1-0. Went away to West Ham, beat them 3-0. Then they drew against Brighton. Then they drew against Wolves. Beat Leeds United 2-1. Then they got beat last week against Aston Villa. Still very vulnerable at the back, Tottenham. They are a different Tottenham than they were when they had Ange Postecoglou as manager. I do believe they've got a much better manager now, and Spurs will be up there. They will be there and thereabouts. They won't be finishing where they certainly finished. I know they won a European trophy, but they won't be finishing around 17th at all this season. They will be back in European contention. So this is going to be a tough game, Blues, but I've got a positive mindset on this one. I've got a feeling Everton will get the 3 points. It's a bold prediction. As long as we get it right in defensive areas, as long as we make it difficult for them out wide, because they're a very pacey side. They like to get out wide. They like to get balls into the box. Kudus, very, very good player, very intelligent player, very, very pacey. But, he predominantly picks up on that right-hand side. And I think Mikalenko will do a decent job on him. For me, and I think for many Evertonians, no disrespect to Jake O'Brien, I feel like I come on here every single week. I think we would like to see Jimmy Garner adopt the right back position. Whether it'll happen, I don't know, but I feel it has to be tried at some point. And Jake O'Brien's done all right there. He did very well there last season. He's done okay this season, but I'm starting to feel, and we're all starting to feel, it's run its course a little bit. Jake O'Brien is a solid centre half. We haven't seen him enough in that position for us. We see what he does for Ireland, and I guess it's only going to be a matter of time before we see him in the centre half position. As obviously we have breaking news this week that Jared Branthwaite is going to be out for some period of time. Going to be going into next year at least, probably mid-Jan. So at the minute, you're reliant on Michael Keane and James Tarkowski. But I would like to start Jimmy at right back. I just think he could do good in terms of pacey wingers, the way Tottenham play. I think Jimmy and Mikalenko could do really well in those fullback areas in this game, where we see big Jake O'Brien. He struggled against Somerville. He struggled a little bit against Doku. Obviously Ilman and Jai helped him out massively, doubling up. But we did get caught out when Njai didn't double up in one occasion. That's all it takes against Man City. You've got to be switched on all the time, and we're going to have to be the same against Tottenham. So we'll have to see what happens. Moyes seems to be sticking with it with Jake O'Brien at right back. End of the day, if Tarkowski for whatever reason had a knock and Michael Keane wasn't fit, then I think we'd expect to see Jake O'Brien obviously come in at centre half, and then there'd be a decision to make on Seamus Coleman or Jimmy Gardner. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait patient for that to happen. But at the end of the day, we don't want injuries. We don't want to get injuries to Michael Keane or James Tarkowski. So it's all on the manager to make that decision. Of course it is. I'm just giving my opinion. Um, Obviously, Blues, we've got Jack Grealish back. Um, so, we're going to see, I think we're going to see Jack on the left and Jai on the right. I've been asking for Alcaraz to slot in as a number 10, play Keenan Dewsbury all a little bit deeper. If they went with Jimmy at right back, I think that could happen. Um, but again, we're going to have to see. But the way Moyes is picking his team, it probably would be Keenan Dewsbury all as a 10. But we see in interviews that Keenan Dewsbury all has said he's a number 8. That's his preferred position. So give him his preferred position, So again, we're just going to have to see. And in strikers, in regards to the striking position, the number 9, it's probably going to be better. Every single week, we seem to be saying he's not taking his chances. I've come on here with a bit of frustration saying, can we not try a false 9? Play Ilman and Jai up there. You know, reason with that. We've tried it before in the past with Tim Cahill. Many top teams try it and it works well. And I think Illy could do well up there. And obviously with that, you could have Tyler Diblin to the right hand on the right hand side. And Jai up top, Jack Grealish on the left, Alcaraz as a 10, Keenan Dewsbury all as an 8, Idrissa Gana Gay, Jimmy Garner at right back. You're starting to see what I'm meaning, Blues, but we have to see what is going to happen. Everton also linked yesterday with Ivan Toney in January. He wants to come back to the Prem. I think a lot of these players who go over to Saudi, I think a lot of them want to come back. It's like they seem to go over there and sign a 2-3 year deal and get 12 months behind them and have that chunk of wage that they're earning for 12 months. And then they like to say, oh, I want to come back. I want to move. Jordan Henderson did it. And I think the Villa lad has done it. I think he's gone out on loan somewhere, hasn't he? So Tony's doing it now. I get why they go over there. You know what I mean? But I get as well why they don't settle over there with the heat and kickoff times and, just not playing in Europe. And he knows by being over there, he's a forgotten man in terms of England. He knows the World Cup is round the corner. So he wants to get back to the Prem. We've already got players in our team who've come to Everton, like Jack Grealish, because of the career, because of the game time, because of wanting to get back into that England setup. And I think Ivan Toney would be a perfect fit for us from January up until May. Everton pays loan fee or whatever, and don't know what would happen with the wages. He'd obviously have to be willing to take a drop, whatever's going on there. And obviously, if Everton made it a permanent deal, then it'd be a perfect fit, Blues. I think he's 29, not 30 yet. Still young at his peak. Let's be honest, he is. His goal scoring record, his form in the Premier League, he's very, very good. So yeah, listen, I just think it would be a perfect fit for Everton, a perfect fit for Ivan Toney. So we'll have to watch the Space Blues. We'll have to see if this is a concrete link. But I couldn't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody better, to be honest. So Blues, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Tough game at the weekend. The Hill Dickinson Stadium, the Everton faithful, Goodison faithful, I nearly said them. We still are the Goodison faithful. The Everton faithful, we need to get behind our team. We need to make it an atmosphere. We need to start early. We need to make it difficult for Tottenham. And listen, if the likes of Betos start, we've got to get behind him. We have to play to his strengths. I feel Everton do play more to Beto's strengths when Alcaraz adopts as a 10 and not out wide. And he needs a goal. He does. He needs a goal. And listen, so does Tieno Barry. So whoever Moyes chooses, obviously, but I'd just like to try something different with Illy up top as a false nine. Just crying out for a little bit of a change. Because it's just like I don't know, you start Beto and at half time Barry comes on and he does note and then Barry starts and then at half time Beto comes on and you're just waiting for something to click. And it's not doing. Um, so boys will have to see. Let me know your thoughts. Up the toffee, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, click that bell to turn on post notifications. And I'll see you in the next one.